Ash Show featuring Drake University football. Head football coach Rob Ash and your host Mick Trier. Brought to you in part by Capital City Buick, Des Moines' new value leaders. And by Home Team Pizza, free fast delivery. It's a hit.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Rob Ash Show. Glad to have you along as we get ready for another week of football. And, Coach, congratulations, 26-0, another win over Aurora. You're now 3-0 on the year. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mick. Feels great. We haven't been 3-0 since I've been here at Drake. It's the first time. The players are real excited about it. So are we. So, pretty good start. One
of the things, of course, that you were a little concerned about last week was a letdown between the ball games, but that question was answered rather quickly in this one.
I'll tell you, our guys refused to have that situation happen, Mick, and I'm real proud of my players for the way they handled going to Aurora and playing this ball game in between two conference games where they might have had a letdown, as you say. It wasn't going to happen. We played well from the beginning. We took control of the game in the first half, and you know, they just came out firing.
A couple of things, of course, defensively and also capitalizing on the turnovers by them. Those are two big keys last week.
Well, our defense won this football game, Mick. They just did a super job. They shut down Aurora completely, and as you say, they not only got the football away, but they got it in scoring position for us, and in fact, in the second half, scored. So the defense did it all on Saturday. Great performance.
Well, we have highlights to look at, and we'll look at that right after this.
Quality. Style. Luxury. Everything you've come to expect from Buick. Selection. Service. Value. All you can expect when you visit Capital City Buick. From the Skylark to the Park Avenue Ultra, Capital City Buick offers Central Iowa's largest selection of new Buicks and has quietly built a reputation for genuine service, not pressure. Capital City Buick, Des Moines' new value leader.
Hi, this is Tom Baldwin, owner of Home Team Pizza. That's the only place you can get Des Moines Super Large or Large, that fantastic 16-inch pizza. You already know we make our dough every day from scratch, and so it's the freshest anywhere. And you already know we guarantee delivery in 30 minutes or you get your pizza free. But believe it or not, there's still some people that don't know that our larger large pizza with single topping is only $7.99, and it's absolutely delicious. So call Home Team Pizza right now for your larger large.
There's only one way I know how to drive. Straight.
If you've been drinking, pick someone else to do the driving. A message from Budweiser.
When the delivery time of gasoline, diesel fuel, and motor oil supplies is crucial to Iowa industry. Timely personal service and quality Conoco products at an affordable price that service professionals and their customers can depend on. Parker Oil Company of Des Moines, Iowa.
Welcome back to the Rob Ash Show. Coach, I know going into the ball game on Saturday, you had a couple of concerns. Number one, of course, possible upset, a letdown for this ball game, and also the weather wasn't very nice in the Midwest this weekend.
No, Mick, it wasn't, and all the conditions were right for an upset. If you ever would want to paint a picture for how a favored team wouldn't do very well, the field was slippery. We had a lot of rain in the morning. Last time we had been on that field, we had gotten defeated by Aurora, and we didn't play very well. And so, in our mind as coaching staff, we were thinking, what's going to happen today? How are these conditions going to affect us? And our players, I guess, weren't worried about all that. They played real well.
Well, let's see the highlights here. As you're going to see a lot of hard hitting, and a lot of Drake fans showed up for this ball game.
You know, we have a lot of people from the Chicago area, a lot of recruits and a lot of alumni, and we had a big tailgate party prior to the game, a picnic over there. In fact, some of the people stayed in the tent and continued the party throughout the game. But Aurora was fired up. We had to kick off the ball at the beginning, and I put this on here to show you how Aurora came out of the blocks. Number 47 there with an excellent kickoff return. They took it right down the middle of the left sideline there and got a good start on the game and came out of the blocks. They were really ready to try to make something happen. And they got in a passing situation. The pass rush forced Derek Avery out of the pocket, but you can see he's a good athlete. He ran for a lot of yards and not quite getting the first down. So we did force them into a punt there at that point, but look at this, 48-yard punt that pushes Donnie Stark clear back inside our 10, and then their coverage is excellent. Look how fired up the blue shirts are from Aurora. I mean, we started the ball game on our own 8-yard line. They did a great job coming out. This is where our offense, though, did a nice job also. Cortez Hull comes out running the counter. We got a first down. We got 2 first downs, in fact, running the football, starting back there inside the 10. I think this is going to be a 3rd and 10 play right here. Fletcher dropping back. And he finds Berkeley over there on the sideline. That was 3rd and 10. We converted for another first down. And then we punted it down. We had to punt, but at least we got the field position back. So offense really did a good job early digging us out of the hole. That was Todd Lee defecting a pass. This is Aurora using a snap count that confused us a little bit. They ran the option, but Tommy Becker, number 8, makes a good play on the option. We stopped the option pretty well all day long, got the ball back. And then on second down of our second possession, there's a fake into the line, and Fletcher's going to let it fly downtown to Robbie Berkeley, number 7. Very reminiscent of the play we used against Simpson. But also, Mick, this is the 3rd straight year we've scored against Aurora on exactly that play. The last 2 years of Sean Diggs. Now Berkeley gets the call. And so we've been able to get behind them, and that was the first touchdown in the game, 7-0. So we helped put out the fire. Here's defense again on the option. Look at the great pursuit. Kevin Tippin played that option beautifully, and Matt Garvis got there to help him. So we're still doing a good job on the defensive side. Here's Garvis again. They ran a power play up the middle, and nobody blocked Garvis, and I'd hate to be that running back in that situation, let me tell you. So at the end of the first quarter, we were ahead 7-0. Aurora's defense was playing hard, but our defense was playing extremely well. Then our defense started to give us opportunities. Look at this play right here. Swing pass, and since he missed that ball, it was a fumble. It was a lateral pass, that's a fumble. B.J. Hellyer very aggressively picks the ball up, scoops it up, and picks it up and starts to run in towards the end zone there, and we got the ball down inside the 10. So it was a great opportunity. 1st and goal for the offense. We come on the field. Here's the counter. Handoff to Matt Conlon, ran real hard. Good first down play in a goal line situation. Then on second down, Charlie Schimberg, very patient run there. Found a little crease and got in the end zone. Charlie's a freshman. That's his first college touchdown, and it got us a 13-0 lead. Aurora came back. We had to exchange of punts, and then on the next possession after that, they tried a page out of our book with a play-action deep ball. But instead of a big play for them, it was a big play for us. Donnie Stark broke it up. BJ, number 21. And once again, was Johnny on spot. He got the interception there. 2 big turnovers, both of them picked up by Hellyer, gave us another opportunity. We go to play action here again. Fletcher fakes in the line. This is Fletcher downtown to Berkeley again. This time they had pretty good coverage, but Robbie makes a great catch. The free safety was a good hitter, and he hit him right when he caught the ball, but he held on. So that got us going. Now we're going to run the draw play to Schimberg. Nice hole inside there. A good break, some good blocking downfield. We got a good run there of about 10 yards. Then we're going to go to Conlon, watch the draw fake. They're going to run the play that we had the fake on earlier here. This is the actual draw play to Conlon. Nice break here, back across the grain. Matt thought he might get in, but 54 there came from the outside. So we had to run another play. We're going to go off tackle to the left again, where Schimberg scored. Same kind of opening there for Conlon, and he gets a touchdown, and that put us ahead 20-0. So we had missed one of the extra points, but that was about the only thing that went wrong during that stretch. Then the rains came, and I thought, this is a pretty good situation. We're ahead, and now the rain's coming. Defense continued to play well. Todd Sauer, of course, number 61, on the stop there in the line. Here's a pass. They're trying to fade pass, but again, Tommy Becker, number 8, good coverage on that. And so we got the ball back again. Second quarter, 20-0 lead. I've got Jay Anderson in the game now at quarterback, one of many number 2 guys that got a chance to play in this football game. There's Conlon running, but look at number 24, the free safety. Real good hit, stopping us on the run. And here's Jay to A.J. Mumm, another name you haven't heard a lot of. A.J. backs up Rich Hoskins. He did a good job. So we were coming out and doing a good job, and then Jay made a mistake just from inexperience there. He threw the ball in the middle against a double zone, and the free safety made the interception. So Aurora had a chance here, but not really. Our defense did a good job. Craig Ortworth stopping them there. Then they're going to try a fake punt. This is a punting situation. Short snap, but we were ready for it. In fact, Coach Neiman had his starting defense on the field on that punting situation. We didn't even put our punt return on. And so we stopped him. Halftime, 20-0 lead, just about all the doctor ordered in that first half.
We're back to take a look at the second half highlights. First, we need to show you some of the folks that don't make this show possible. Coach, it really looked at the end of the first half, Drake's really dominating this game.
Well, the reason we were dominating was because of defense and big plays, Mick, and it continued in the second half. You're going to see a lot of defense in the second half reel here because our defense continued to play extremely well. We got a good pass rush on Avery, good coverage downfield, no place for him to go. And in fact, on this play here, Avery, number 14, their starting quarterback, re-injured his knee, so he was out of the game. Todd Sauer, good hustle there on the toss sweep. And we were unable to do a lot offensively. We had, we did a good job, though, punting the football, coverage on the punts. Look at the great hustle that our special teams had. I wanted to show you this. We got Craig Ortworth, Don Stark, Brad Foltz. A lot of those guys hustling down the field on special team situations as well. This is a freshman quarterback for Aurora, trying his best to get something going, but I tell you, our defense was all over the field. We finally got him pushed back. Watch this. There's going to be a blitz. 97, Kevin Tippett strips the freshman of the ball, and Todd Sauer recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown. And that's, obviously a lineman's dream. And defense. So the defense not only shut him down in the second half, but actually scored. So it was a great situation for us, a really good job. And then as we went on into the fourth quarter, we got a chance for lots of different people to play. Got a lot of new defensive linemen in here, a lot of linebackers. There's Brian Peck, number 90, Anthony Fuller, 89. Chuck Burgoon, number 44, is in the middle linebacker now. There's Ortworth is still in. I guess some of those guys didn't come out all the time. Brad Foltz there recovered the fumble, number 62. He's playing Sauer's position, so Sauer's position got 2 fumble recoveries in a row there. Aurora, even when they tried to pass, now we got, again, there's a few different people in there, but Donnie Stark was able to get the interception and put out that fire. So, we just continued to shut down everything they tried to do. And then finally, in the late part of the fourth quarter, we got some run game going. Matt Conlon played the whole rest of the game at tailback. He's the only other one I had after Cortez Hull got hurt in the first quarter. Great run here. Look at Matt continue on. He got about 6 or 7 or 8 yards with people hanging on to him. Jeff Scott, second string fullback, with a nice run here, trying to get some yardage to the outside. This is late in the game. This is the last play we're going to show you is another good run by Conlon. He's going to run the counter. I'd like to say he took it all the way in, but he just does a nice job here, breaking tackles, working hard, getting upfield. We didn't end up scoring on that drive, but we had enough points, Mick. It worked out to be a great performance. Coach Scott there on the right with the rain jacket and hat, congratulating us for the game, and we were all pretty satisfied. It was a good performance. It wasn't an embarrassing thing for either team, for their team, and we played real solid football. I think that's what I like the best.
Yeah, I think a very impressive win by Drake and very workmanlike, especially in the second half. But you can just see how overpowering the Bulldogs got, especially latter part of the first half and in the second half.
Well, we had a big blitz in the first half where the defense got us the football 2 or 3 times. We converted those into scores. And then the second half, we ran the football and stopped everything Aurora wanted to do. That's exactly how you want to play this type of game.
Let's see how the stats look after this football game.
Well, the score's the best one there. That's the best stat. A shutout. We hadn't had a shutout since 1991. Defense was real happy about that. Look at the rushing yards, though. Only 38 rushing yards, 45 passing yards, 83 total yards. I mean, that's just a great performance by the defense. And what I also like, 4 turnovers down there. We only had 1. We've done a nice job at reducing our turnovers. And at the bottom there, Mick, this is the 3rd consecutive game that we've had dominating difference in our favor in possession time. That's real important, too.
And let's take a look at the Pioneer Football League standings as well, Coach.
Well, I tell you, you got to love it, Mick, with Drake up there on top, both in the conference and overall. 3-0 record looks good, but the rest of the league, as usual, is tough. Valpo's undefeated. Butler has won 3 games in a row. Dayton came back and won. San Diego came back from our defeat last year, and they won, or last week, and they won again this week. So everybody's starting off to be pretty good in the record column as well this year, besides us.
Combined record, they're 15-5, not too bad. Yeah. And teams like Dayton's playing some tough teams.
Well, all of us are playing tougher teams, Mick, across the board. It's a fact that we're not going to play as many Division III teams anymore in this conference. And what's good is that our teams are being able to compete pretty well against tougher schedules.
One thing about it, with 3 or 4 games already being played, heading for the most part into the conference season, I don't think there's any answers yet. I still think it's anybody's race. I'm hoping for Drake, of course.
Well, I still think we have a good chance. We've played extremely well. Our defense is real solid, and I think we can win this thing, but so can 5 other teams. So we're just going to have to play it and find out.
We'll be back with more of the Rob Bass Show. We have our play of the game coming up after this.
I've been doing this forever. I don't know how to do anything else. I'm not qualified. I can hammer and stuff. I can tear stuff up. Favorite thing about stand-up comedy is when you have a great show and then people want their money back. You'd really turn it on when you get on stage. That's what it's all about, that time on stage, that get up there and just do what you do, and then say thank you, good night, and don't talk to me after the show. I hate people. I'm not a people person.
Oh, good, yeah.
Are you looking for that just right place to hold your company's or club's Christmas party? Well, you found it at the Bavarian House Restaurant in Des Moines. With the cozy old world atmosphere that enhances the holiday spirit and the most delicious dishes in Des Moines. The Bavarian House features American favorites like prime rib and chicken, along with scrumptious German dishes and a dessert menu second to none. Call today to discuss your customized and personalized holiday party at the Bavarian House. 265-5611. That's 265-5611.
To make a great Sunday brunch, start with a great view. Add something colorful and healthy. And don't forget to add something a little sinful. Add something steamy and delicious and really pile it on. Then make sure you add the right stuff, like good friends. Sunday morning at the Capitol View Dining Room. Brunch at the Best Western Starlight Village downtown once, and you'll be back for more.
And welcome back to the Rob Ash Show. Well, it's time now for our Capital City Buick Play of the Game. Here's head coach Rob Ash.
This week's play of the game was a fumble recovery by B.J. Hellyer, defensive safety, on a lateral pass that was ruled a fumble because it was incomplete. The play occurred in the second quarter and led to the second Drake touchdown of the game. If you can look here, the Aurora's in the I formation. They're going to drop back to pass, and the tailback back here, number 31, goes out for a flare pass. When a quarterback throws the ball laterally, that makes this a lateral instead of a pass, and that incompletion makes it a fumble because he dropped the football. We were very alert on defense not to think of this as an incomplete pass, but as a fumble. Todd Lee jumps on the receiver, and then I'm going to step out of the way here so you can see B.J. Hellyer scrambling to dig the ball out, then alertly getting to his feet so that he would be eligible to keep running with the football once he scooped it up. Charlie Partridge and Craig Ortworth are here. They're both saying, hey, lateral it to me, B.J. He thought about it right here, but then he decided he better squeeze it and make sure we retained possession. Kevin Tippett, 97, is also hustling down there. Donnie Stark, number 9. Todd Sauer jumping over the pile. B.J. had the football and gave it to the official. That gave us the football on the 8-yard line. A great opportunity for our offense to score the second touchdown of the game. Big play by the defense.
Time now for our home team pizza player interview. Might have guessed it by now, it's B.J. Hellyer. He not only got that fumble, but also an interception earlier in the ball game. Here's Todd Kim.
Another big day for the Bulldog defense, not only for the veterans, but some of the newcomers as well, including sophomore strong safety B.J. Hellyer, our player of the week. And B.J., congratulations. This is becoming a dominating defense right now.
Yeah, thank you very much. Our defense played pretty well today, but the offense, you got to take your hat off to them, too. They come out and put 20 points on the board in the first half, and, we felt pretty comfortable after that.
You've got some newcomers along with you back there. Donnie Stark playing for the injured Darren Book right now, Kerman Mason, a lot of young guys back there in the secondary. How about the experience up front? Those linebackers, defensive linemen, they really must help you out, don't they?
Yeah, they're the heart of our defense, the front seven. I mean, they make our job so much easier.
What about this defensive club now? You made the switch to the 4-3 this year. It obviously has worked out wonderfully, not only for the run defense, but for the pass defense as well.
Yeah, we really like it. We got great team speed. Our defensive lineman, Ortworth runs a 4.67. That's pretty dang fast. And, that just, that uses our team speed to our advantage, and it's working well for us.
Well, let's go back to a couple of plays. Turnovers were the key today against this Aurora team. The first one, of course, the fumble. You picked it up. I thought for a moment you might get in there into the end zone, but you got dropped down about the 10-yard line.
I don't even know where I was at, to tell you the truth. It was just a lateral. We had cover 3 called, and I was just floating to the flat, and the ball was on the ground. We just took off after it, and me and Todd Lee, General, we both looked at the ball, and I hit it forward, and then I picked it up, and I heard Ortworth screaming, BJ for the pitch drill, but couldn't. I turned around to pitch it to him, but I was getting hit at the same time.
Well, you were able to hang on to the football, set up a touchdown, and then you came right back and you got the interception. I know you said that was really Donnie Stark that set that up. It was just a tip drill, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Donnie made a great play on the ball. We got burnt last week on that play at San Diego. The tight end ran an inside seam route, and we both squeezed it up today, and Donnie made a nice play, and I happened to be in the right spot at the right time.
You guys, I know, pride yourself on speed, but and shutting out this team. You wanted to get the shutout today, But I guess it was only fitting that the defense scored. Todd Sauer gets the fumble in the end zone in the first play of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was a great play. I mean, I guess Tippett made a strip, and I mean, we work on strips all the time in practice, and I'm sure Coach Neiman's really ecstatic about that one, and Sauer got his first career touchdown, so the defense picked up a score for us.
Let's look ahead now. You get back into conference play against Butler next week. A lot of confidence on this defense, and you really seem to be on a roll right now.
Yeah, well, not too bad. 3-0, that's where we want to be at this particular moment in time. 1-0 in the conference, and we just got to strap it on for Butler next week.
He's a sophomore from Creston, but already making his presence felt on that Bulldog defense. Our player of the week, B.J. Hellyer.
And B.J. looks like one of those kids, Coach, that, like the rest of them, has a great attitude.
He really does. BJ's a hard worker, sophomore, just broke into the starting lineup, and he's a good practice player and a good game heads-up player, too.
We'll be back to talk about the next opponent for the Drake Bulldogs. It's Butler coming to town. We'll be back right after this.
Quality, style, luxury, everything you've come to expect from Buick. Selection, service, value, all you can expect when you visit Capital City Buick. From the Skylark to the Park Avenue Ultra, Capital City Buick offers Central Iowa's largest selection of new Buicks and has quietly built a reputation for genuine service, not pressure. Capital City Buick, Des Moines' new value leader.
Hi, this is Tom Baldwin, owner of Home Team Pizza. That's the only place you can get Des Moines Super Large or Large, that fantastic 16-inch pizza. You already know we make our dough every day from scratch, and so it's the freshest anywhere. And you already know we guarantee delivery in 30 minutes or you get your pizza free. But believe it or not, there's still some people that don't know that our larger large pizza with single topping is only $7.99, and it's absolutely delicious. So call Home Team Pizza right now for your larger large.
This message brought to you by Preferred Risk Insurance, America's non-drinkers insurance company.
If we can get all of the athletes and coaches in America buying into being all that God's created them to be, to understand that they are something special, then we can have an impact across America like no other group, because the athletes and coaches have the strongest influence in America today than any other group. One way to play is drug-free. One way to live. One way to be what God wants you to be.
Sunday nights, they come to play on TNT. Good guys versus bad guys. Showdowns and shootouts. The chase, the unexpected twist, the magic. And that's why on Sunday nights, we come to play. Sunday Night NFL on TNT.
In Des Moines, watch TNT on Channel 27.
Welcome back to the Rob Ayers Show. Well, Coach, you got your team off to a 3-0 start, and as they say, they don't get any easier. It's Butler coming to town on Saturday, another tough opponent.
This is a really good football team, Mick. Butler has a great defense. They're very, very physical. Their secondary's quick, but they're probably even better on offense than they are on defense. Their line's very big and strong, and they have the leading rusher in NCAA Division I AA, a young man by the name of Arnold Mickens, who transferred to Butler from Indiana, and he's a legitimately outstanding tailback, so we have our hands full.
Let's see some of the highlights from last year's football game. Not a real pretty day, and you won't see any Mickens, as you mentioned, in this one.
Well, this is how the game started. It was a rainy day at Butler, and we started out the game real well. They got an interception there by Mike Beeman, and then on our first possession, Jamie D'Angelo hit Chad Briley there with our little flanker screen pass, and Briley got a good run. Look how he gets a good hit, though, from Cameron McDaniel, number 4, who's back as a corner, and they stopped our rally there. We missed a field goal, and then Johnson took off. This is Richard Johnson. He was the leading rusher in the Pioneer Football League last year. He had 229 yards against us last year, and as I say, he's been replaced by a runner who's even better. Mickens is a tremendous football player, and even though Johnson we thought was pretty outstanding a year ago. Our defense did a pretty good job. Overall, they tried some trick plays here, Ortworth making a big stop. We ended up getting a field goal right before the half from Billy Willers. It was 13-3 at the half of this game, and then they got a couple touchdowns passing in the second half because we were so conscious of the run. Here's Johnson again running the football. You can see he just ran through us last year. This is what we're concerned about with Mickens being the biggest back that we've had to face so far. However, in that game too, we had some big plays. We stopped Butler a couple times, and as I said, they had to come through, stop, in the air to really put points on the board. We had a few flurries of offense. Nice pass there from Jamie D'Angelo to Rich Hoskins, and this set up our one field goal of the game from Billy Willers. But that was there were a few offensive highlights in that game. We ended up losing the game 28-3. Butler played extremely well.
Coaches, this is what it comes down to. It's Mickens against your defense. Actually, your defense really kind of taken on a challenge here, and they've been playing well all year long, and they're going to take on one of the top rusher, 175 yards a game.
He's actually averaging 203 yards a game, Mick. He's really done a great job, and our defense is ready for the challenge. We need to play an outstanding runner like this just to see how good we are. I think the difficult part is, though, that he's got the best line in front of him that we've faced so far. So it's not just the runner. I mean, it's getting past all those big guys they have in front of him that's going to be the problem.
Some coaches obviously like to say, I don't like to look at what they're doing so well. I like to look and see what they're not doing, and maybe that's the case. How does the other side look, for Drake's offense against their defense?
Well, I don't think their defense is quite as strong maybe as they were a year ago, but they're still leading the league in rushing defense. They're a tremendously strong physical group, and their secondary is very quick. But our offense hasn't done quite as well as last year's offense did prior to this game either. So what I'm looking at, Mick, is if there is a way that we're going to win a football game, and I think we have some chances to do it, we've got to have a good game on offense. We've got to keep the ball away from Butler. We've got to, make sure that we get the clock on our favor again, the possession time, and so forth, so that our defense doesn't have to play too many plays.
Does that mean that we're going to see a little more rushing yardage? You just started here in the last game or so, start to go to the air more?
I think we're going to mix it up like we always do. It kind of depends on how Butler plays us. And, if we can run the football, we'll run it. We'll try to mix it up with the pass game. And very, very important, though, for us not to think of this as just our defense having to shoulder the whole burden for this game. Our offense has to know that we've got to not only put points on the board, but sustain ourselves and keep the ball away from Butler's offense. The best way to stop Mickens is to keep him over there on their bench.
One of the areas we don't get to talk about a lot, but your special teams has been playing well.
Our special teams have been doing real well. We do have to make sure that we make our PATs and field goals. That's an area we can get better at. But in terms of coverage units, punting team, and so forth, we're playing better than in some previous years. I think we're going to be okay there.
And it's going to be at home. I like that.
That helps. I think last year playing at Butler was tough. That was a rainy day for one thing, but it was also just an unknown circumstance. Now they've got to come to our place. They've never been here before. Our guys play well at home. We'll defend our turf real well. It's a parents' weekend type of situation. I hope we have a big crowd on hand for a very important Pioneer Football League game.
Coach, I think it's going to be a heck of a football game.
I think it will, Mick. I think it's going to be a great college game.
Hope you join us next week. We'll have highlights of that football game as well. We'll see you next week on The Rob A. Show.